I think we still focus probably too much on an advertising outcome as opposed to how do you engage the people.
And I think with content, it's very easy, particularly with things like social media, to look at very superficial metrics. And you pay some money to promote something, you've had 2,000 likes, isn't that wonderful? Who cares? Who are those people? You know, maybe what's important is a direct engagement with 5 KOLs at a conference and not the 1,900 people that are irrelevant just clicking on it because they like the look of it.
We were having a discussion on difficult choices for 2020, right? And the brand had to make some reductions. And we said, well, why not reduce print? And they said, no, I can't do that. Why would I ever do that? That doesn't make any sense because it's impactful. So we asked, what was the TTT time? And they go, what's that? Time to trash. And they go, well, what do you mean? And like, how long do you think they actually hang on to that piece of paper before it ends up in the circular file? But I think that's a great example of you have no proof of the value, and it's a great opportunity to test and learn and make some choices, and we're still not 100% there. I think there's a cultural component to it as well, right? So everyone keeps saying it's a top-down approach. It's not always, right? And I share that because at BMS, I've had the luxury of the C-suite understands it, and they think we should already be there. Right? That's not the problem. It's the middle layers that are comfortable, and by the way, it doesn't have a burning platform, because guess what? We're performing well. I'm hitting my numbers. But there also has to be that expectation. So to answer your question around modular, is it's pulling yourself out of that and getting people to understand what format-free content is, right? So that's where it starts, right? It's not at the module level yet, right? And that's really uncomfortable in pharma.
I mean, I think the ultimate vision is to have a data-driven approach where you understand your customers, you understand the journey, you might identify 20 or 30 different nudges or triggers, and that forms the basis for building modular content from the ground up. That's not easy to get to overnight.
I think that's really important because it goes back to speed to market of our content to our customers, right? How do you do that? In a pharmaceutical business, it's all about medical, legal, copy approval. So I think I talked about having that centralized repository and how can you combine digital asset management with copy approval. That already has increased reduce cycle times in terms of copy approval and increase speed to market.
And we have a slightly different process, if you will, meaning med, legal, and regulatory doesn't approve our stuff. The marketer has the final D, right, and final decision. So they receive guidance and they assume the risk. And obviously there's some times where there's really strong guidance, by the way. But that being said, that was a big cultural shift, right? Now, based on the work that the teams are doing, even in the modularization of content, is we've taken the modules and taken them through med legal review, right? The business rules will travel with that as well. And the buy-in conceptually, and I say conceptually, is they're comfortable in a crawl, walk, run scenario.
Do you have an editorial calendar for your brand? Not just a campaign plan. Do you have a 6 to 12 month rolling editorial calendar so you know what you need to produce by when it's going to need approving? Because I do think companies are starting to behave like publications in that sense, and they need that kind of process behind it.